Yes, Luka signed the extension, right? He's going to be there for a while, but he also expressed that he wants to win the championship with the Lakers organization. And the key word that he put in there is that he wants to win now.
The Lakers just made one of the boldest moves in recent memory, securing Luka Doncic through 2028. Fresh off an incredible Eurobasket run where he carried a roster of role players to the quarterfinals, transformed his conditioning, and even graced the cover of Men's Health, Luka looks sharper than ever. But the front office didn't stop there. They added DeAndre Ayton, a true 7-footer, to address the glaring interior issues that Minnesota exposed in last year's playoffs. On top of that, Marcus Smart, a former Defensive Player of the Year, is now in purple and gold to clamp down opposing guards at the point of attack. With 2 top 10 players in the world and a roster built for both today and tomorrow, the Lakers are the NBA's ultimate wild card.
About time he's going to turn to the crowd and ask him, are you not entertained?
The 2024-25 Lakers season will always be defined by 2 storylines. The shocking mid-season trade that brought Luka Doncic from Dallas, and the disappointment of a second straight first-round playoff exit, this time a 5-game loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But now, things look different. For the first time, the Lakers get an entire training camp and regular season with Doncic and LeBron James side by side, along with a handful of key off-season additions. That means continuity, chemistry, and a legitimate chance for this roster to elevate to another level. And with LeBron preparing for an unprecedented 23rd NBA season, the Lakers are fully aware that they must squeeze every last drop out of this superstar window. Last season, rookie head coach J.J. Redick locked in his starters before training camp even began. This year, he's taking the opposite approach. I haven't spent much time thinking about the starting lineup yet, but I feel there are 7 to 8 starting caliber players on the roster. We'll know the official starters once camp begins, Redick said. And he's right. The roster turnover has given him tougher choices than last year's 50-win campaign. The real undoing of the Lakers last postseason wasn't Doncic's conditioning or LeBron's age. It was the void left after trading Anthony Davis. Minnesota dominated the paint in every aspect, from rebounding to interior scoring, leaving LA physically outmatched. That's why the front office had one clear off-season priority: find a true center. Enter DeAndre Ayton, the 27-year-old former number 1 overall pick from the same 2018 draft as Doncic. At 7 feet 0 inches, 252 pounds, Ayton brings the size the Lakers desperately lacked. Now, Ayton isn't Anthony Davis. He doesn't get to the free throw line nearly as often. He isn't a playmaking hub, and he hasn't developed a reliable 3-point shot. But that's not why he's here. His role is simple: finish plays, rebound, and protect the rim. With Luka orchestrating the offense, LeBron still capable of brilliance, and Ayton shoring up the middle, the Lakers finally have the interior presence they missed, and a real shot at redemption.
Right there.
Oh, look at this. Dropping the sledgehammer.
A replacement-level big man may not sound like a blockbuster addition, but compared to the undersized rotations the Lakers trotted out last spring, DeAndre Ayton is a massive upgrade. His size and mobility instantly changed the geometry of LA's offense. In pick and rolls with Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James, Ayton has already shown flashes in workouts of his ability to catch passes in the short roll and finish efficiently. He's also a lob threat, so just adding that dimension is very real, said Lakers president Rob Pelinka. For a team that got bullied in the paint against Minnesota, Ayton's presence alone gives them an entirely new interior dynamic. Alongside Ayton, Marcus Smart might be the most intriguing addition. His point-of-attack defense is exactly what the Lakers lacked last season, and his resume speaks for itself. A former Defensive Player of the Year with Boston, Smart could slot into a starting 5 alongside Luka, LeBron, Reeves, and Ayton, though Rui Hachimura will make his case as well. After 2 underwhelming seasons, Smart has slipped off the radar a bit, but LA is banking on a bounce back. Our staff is working really hard with him to make sure he gets back to that form, Pelinka said. To me, he's always been a little bit of an underrated playmaker. If Smart rediscovers his two-way edge, he could be the glue piece that makes this roster work. Of course, the Lakers also suffered a key loss. Trading away Dorian Finney-Smith, Luka's close friend, and one of the league's most reliable 3 and D wings, was no small blow. DFS shot nearly 40% from deep last season while defending multiple positions. His replacement, Jake LaRavia, doesn't bring the same defensive reputation, but he's younger, bigger, and flashed real shooting touch, hitting 42.3% from 3, albeit on limited volume. The Lakers are betting that with development, LaRavia can grow into a dependable role player beside their stars. And that's the story of these Lakers. This isn't the old LeBron-centric, star-chasing model anymore. This roster was built in the film room, with attention to balance and fit as much as name value. But the most important moves weren't external. They came from inside. Luka Doncic put an end to any speculation about his future by inking a 3-year, $165 million extension, despite having a player option in 2026. At his press conference, flanked by teammates, Luka made it clear, "I think we have a great team. We have what we need to compete for the championship. I'll try to win every game no matter what. And we got some great new guys on the team, so we're going to go for it." Those weren't just words. Luka showed up leaner, stronger, and more committed than ever, attacking conditioning and nutrition in a way that has completely transformed his frame. The Lakers didn't just get an MVP talent, they got the best version of him yet.
Doncic able to get downhill and gets his easiest bucket up.
The 2024-25 Los Angeles Lakers season is already shaping up to be one of the most fascinating chapters in franchise history. Not just because of what happened last year, but because of what this team has built for right now and what it means for the future. Last season will always be remembered for two things: the shocking mid-season blockbuster that brought Luka Doncic to Los Angeles, and the letdown of a second straight first-round exit, this time at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves in just 5 games. That bitter disappointment exposed real flaws, but it also opened the door for what the Lakers are determined to become, a new era contender, with Luka and LeBron James side by side and a retooled roster built for the long haul. The biggest difference heading into this season is simple. The Lakers finally have a full training camp and an 82-game schedule with Luka and LeBron learning each other's rhythms. No more crash course, no more quick adjustments on the fly. This is the first time they can fully integrate, build chemistry, and craft a system designed around their unique strengths. For a franchise that knows LeBron's window won't last forever and understands the urgency of Luka's prime, this is a golden opportunity. LeBron James is about to enter his unprecedented 23rd season in the NBA. At 40 years old, he remains the league's oldest active player, still defying time with production that most stars in their prime would envy. Last season, he averaged 24.4 points, 8.2 assists, and 7.2 rebounds, while shooting a career best from the free throw line. He's no longer the constant high flyer of his Miami days, but he's still a top 10 force in the league when healthy. The Lakers know they need to squeeze every ounce out of what could be his final years. And this time, unlike the past few seasons, he has a true equal at his side. Luka isn't just an addition, he's the next era, the franchise cornerstone for the post-LeBron Lakers, already secured on a massive 3-year, $165 million extension that signaled to the entire league that this is his home. But what makes this Lakers story compelling isn't just star power. It's how the front office responded to the glaring weaknesses exposed in last year's postseason. Minnesota dominated the interior in every category. The Lakers looked helpless on the boards, in the paint, and even in pick-and-roll coverage after trading away Anthony Davis. It was clear what they needed: size, toughness, and rim protection. Entered DeAndre Ayton, the former #1 overall pick from the same 2018 draft as Luka. At 7 feet tall and 252 pounds, Ayton brings something the Lakers simply didn't have last year: a legitimate, reliable big man. He's not Anthony Davis. He won't provide the same offensive creativity or foul-drawing ability. But he doesn't need to. His job is simple: rebound, defend the rim, finish plays, and give the Lakers a presence that demands attention. Already, in training camp workouts, Ayton's chemistry with Luka and Austin Reeves in pick-and-roll action has been turning heads. As Rob Pelinka put it, Ayton's ability to be a lob threat and short roll finisher adds a dimension we've been missing. Alongside Aiden, Marcus Smart might be the most underrated move of the entire offseason. For years, the Lakers have searched for a defensive anchor at the guard spot, someone who could take on elite scorers and relieve pressure from LeBron and Luka. Smart, the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year, provides exactly that. While his last couple of seasons in Boston and Memphis were uneven, the Lakers believe he has plenty left in the tank. Pelinka called him an underrated playmaker and emphasized how much the staff is working to restore his 3 and D form. Slotting Smart into a lineup with Luka, LeBron, Reeves, and Aiden gives the Lakers balance on both ends. Defense, playmaking, and scoring versatility, all the boxes are checked. Of course, not every move was a pure win. Losing Dorian Finney-Smith, Luka's close friend, and one of the NBA's most reliable 3 and D wings, stung. DFS shot nearly 40% from deep last year while guarding multiple positions, and replacing that is no small task. Jake LaRavia is the swing the Lakers took, a younger, bigger forward who shot 42.3% from 3, though on limited attempts. He isn't the defender DFS was, but the Lakers believe his athleticism and shooting upside can grow next to their stars. This signals a shift in philosophy. For years, the Lakers chased big-name stars, often at the expense of depth. Now, they're building smarter, filling gaps, and relying on a mix of proven veterans and emerging role players. Yet the true centerpiece of this transformation is Luka Doncic himself. When he arrived in Los Angeles, he was coming off turmoil in Dallas, questions about his conditioning, and one of the longest injury absences of his career. Even then, playing heavy and adjusting on the fly, he still torched defenses. Now, he looks like a different player entirely. Luka committed to conditioning, strength training, and nutrition like never before. He shed weight, reshaped his body, and even landed on the cover of Men's Health. The results showed immediately during Eurobasket, where Luka dragged a Slovenian team, mostly filled with talent below NCAA Division I level, all the way to the quarterfinals of one of the toughest tournaments in the world. He played with more burst, sharper defensive focus, and was named to the All-Tournament team. For the Lakers, this wasn't just international pride, it was confirmation. Luka is locked in, motivated, and ready to elevate into the conversation for best player alive. Pelinka didn't mince words. Luka's play in Eurobasket made it clear. He's on that short list of best player on the planet candidates, if not at the very top. And it isn't just his play. Luka's leadership has grown. At his extension press conference, surrounded by teammates, Luka declared, "I think we have a great team. We have what we need to compete for the championship. I'll try to win every game no matter what. We got some great new guys, so we're going for it." Those aren't empty words. Those are the words of a superstar who believes in his franchise. But while Luka's extension brought stability, 2 contract questions hang over this Lakers season like storm clouds. The first is Austin Reeves. The undrafted guard turned rising star turned down a $9 million extension this summer, betting on himself and the bigger payday that could come next offseason. It was a bold move, one that left him vulnerable to trade rumors, and one that tested the Lakers' patience. Reeves is one of just 13 players in the league who averaged 20 points, 5.5 assists, and 4.5 rebounds last season, but he also struggled badly against Minnesota, playing through a toe injury that limited his effectiveness. The whispers have grown louder. Is he truly the third piece alongside Luka and LeBron, or is he trade bait? Some fans have pitched deals for players like Andrew Wiggins, Herb Jones, or even Walker Kessler. Even 3-time Lakers champ Robert Horry suggested the team explore a sign-and trade. But Reeves insists he belongs, and he enters this season with the confidence of his stars and his coach. The second, and even bigger question, is LeBron James himself. With this being the final year of his Lakers contract, uncertainty around his long-term future looms. He picked up his $52 million player option, but he didn't sign beyond that. Multiple teams reportedly inquired about trades. Retirement talk continues to swirl. Could he finish in Cleveland? Miami? Even with the Clippers? For now, it's all speculation. Pelinka summed up the Lakers' stance perfectly. We would love if LeBron's story would be to retire as a Laker. That would be a positive story. But first and foremost, we give him respect to decide his path. And that's the beauty of where the Lakers stand. For the first time in years, they aren't terrified of the future. They have Luka Doncic, a generational superstar in his prime, ready to lead whenever LeBron walks away. This isn't the LeBron-centric, star-chasing Lakers anymore. This is a team carefully built to compete now and stay relevant later. Still, make no mistake, the Lakers need LeBron. If he stays healthy and locked in, they have 2 of the top 10 players in the league, something very few teams can say. Year 2 of the Luka-LeBron partnership, with a full training camp, is the wild card no one should ignore. The flashes last year were spectacular,